Anyway, let me tell you what happened yesterday. I had been chatting with someone from Tinder for like 2 days. And this guy wanted to FaceTime. Whatever, I don't have a problem with that. Let's FaceTime. But I'm kind of lazy. And anyway, I positioned the camera, I positioned my phone in a way. I positioned my phone on my laptop, leaning against the screen, so that I don't have to hold the camera up like this. And he says to me, if I could change, I can't believe I'm sharing this. He says, if you could change the camera angle, because it looks like I weigh 900 pounds. And I don't think he realized, well, I don't know how he meant it. I don't know if he was being funny or if he was like dead seriously telling me I look fat. I don't know. Now there may be I tend to believe he was being a little shady. The reason being is because when we first started the FaceTime and the screen popped up, he was yawning. So by mistake, I said to him, "Oh, you look tired." This was the first thing I said to the guy. "You look tired." And he says, "Oh, that's not very nice." And I'm like, "Oh shit, no. What I meant to say was, you seem tired." And then he's like, "You're still not very nice." And I'm like, what I'm trying to say is you're yawning, so are you tired? Like, you know what the hell I'm trying to say? Like, let's get your panties out of the bunch. I'm not saying that you look ugly or busted by, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would, if you looked that way, I would say something different, like, you know, you're a little flushed or whatever. But anyway, I wouldn't say that to a complete stranger, so that's not what I was trying to infer. But whatever, so I don't know if he said that because if he said what he said to me because I told him that he looked tired, which he fucking did. He looked tired. He was yawning. Anyway, I think also subconsciously I was trying to say that just so we can so he could get the hit, like, this is not gonna be like a 2-hour FaceTime session, so get your questions in. Because I know why. The reason why I didn't want it to be a 2-hour session was because he wanted to FaceTime on a Sunday. Now Sundays, I'm sorry, Sundays is reserved for my reality TV. I need to catch up with the Kardashians, and I need to watch my Real Houses of Atlanta. So I had watched the Kardashians, and I was just about to tune into Housewives of Atlanta before he wants to FaceTime, and whatever, okay, let's FaceTime. But I really wanted to watch Houses of Atlanta, and then after that, it really confirmed to me, like, yeah, this is gonna be like 30 minutes tops, because I need to get to my show. Especially since your panties are in a bunch after about me telling you that, oh god, here we go with the freaking traffic. About me telling you that that you look tired. It's not, there's people, I know people who really get offended like that, or like if you tell them like you look, that they look sick, like they don't like that. It's like, well, either you do look sick or you're tired, you're flushed. I don't know. Let me know if that's something rude to say to someone who you know. I think it's definitely a little shady to say it to a stranger. Like if there's someone who I don't know, I'm like, oh my gosh, you look sick. It's like, bitch. But if it's someone who you know, you look sick. You look tired. Are you stressed? Did you get enough sleep? Is work overwhelming? What is it? You don't look yourself. You look flushed. That's all that it is. But I get it. He you know, I guess as a, you know, he's a stranger. I'm telling him he looks tired. But I didn't mean it like that. And then, oh, let's talk. I'm so bad. I'm a very observant. I think that's the word. I observe a lot, right? So when we were FaceTiming, I noticed that I noticed that he really had like a horrible paint job. I don't know who, what, when, or why that wall was painted, and that it was just really bad. It was like, you know, there's painter's tape, right? And anyway, at the end of the at the end of the session, he goes, okay, well, I'm gonna go to bed now. I'm gonna go to my bedroom. And I'm saying to myself, that was your living room? Oh my goodness, that's even worse. Like, you know, I can give you a pass if that was your bedroom, because it's closed quarters. It's, you know, it's a little more private than a living room where you would host guests. But if that's your living room, what does your bedroom look like? Ooh. Needless to say, I don't think we will be having any more FaceTime sessions. And I don't know, I'm sorry, I can't help being so observant sometimes, and certain things to me say things about your, you know, people. And why does your wall look like that? And then there were other things too. Like, I was asking him, okay, you know, well, what do you do for work? Because on Tinder, he said that he was an entrepreneur. And a lot of the times people like to throw that word out instead of really saying what the hell they are. Like, okay, so if you're a freelance writer, you're a freelance writer. You know, whatever it is that you do. Like, entrepreneur is very broad and can encompass lots of things. So let's get a little more specific. So when I asked him, he says, oh, number one, he says he works for himself. Be more specific. What the hell do you mean you work for yourself? Do you own a company? Do you do photography? What does that mean, you work for yourself? Are you writing your own checks? I don't think so. So after doing a little bit more probing, he says that he does he produces fashion shows and runway walks or whatnot. And I said, okay, in my mind, I'm thinking two things. How stable is that kind of work? And number two, if that's what you are, I'm assuming you're like into like fashion. Why does your wall look like that? That's just what I was thinking. And then, moreover, he's saying, you know, I'm trying to get, I'm like, oh, you know, that's great. That must be fun. That must be exciting. He's like, you know, it's just a job like any other. And I'm like, okay, this is not adding up now. Your wall looks busted. You work in the fashion industry as a fashion producer, a fashion show producer, but you're saying that this is just a job like any other job. Next. I don't know. I'm not buying it. It could be true that this guy, and he was 31, but it could be true. There was something else too that he told me that I was just like, at the moment I was like, okay, you know, maybe I could, you know, I could deal with that. But then I thought about it this morning too, and I'm like, hell no, like, you're a bum for that. I don't even want to say what it is that he told me that he does. I'm just like, you're 31. And again, I don't care if it comes off like, at a certain age, you need to, and if, okay, you don't need to be in certain places, but you need to be working towards certain things. And there's definitely certain things, recreational activities, that you should not be partaking in at 31 in the manner in which you told me you were partaking in them. So I was just not interested. So sorry about that little ramble, but that was Tinder yesterday in a little nutshell.